Welcome in, y'all, to the off-season video here. Season 2 of the Rams franchise ended with us losing in the Super Bowl 17-49. You can see that on the screen. The Bills win their first Super Bowl in their franchise history. Taking a look at the yearly rewards on the right, NFL MVP went to Patrick Mahomes. Doug Peterson won Coach of the Year. Lamar Jackson, Offensive Player of the Year. Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year for us. So Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year for the Rams. Shout out to Aaron Donald. He was so good all year. He broke the tackle for loss record. I think he had 42 tackles for loss, which broke the record by a few. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Raiders quarterback Stephen Thomas, and Defensive Rookie of the Year went to the Niners right end Daniel Williams. I know I'm blocking it on the screen, but that's what happened in the 2024 season. But yeah, we went 13-4 the past year. And like I said, lost in the Super Bowl. Bad. We got absolutely killed. But taking a look at kind of how the year went, we started off hot. We went 4-0, then dropped 2 in a row. Went 4-2, got hot again, won a ton in a row, and then dropped 2 in a row, and then won the last 2. So when we lost back-to-back times, unless it came in the Super Bowl. And then you can see in the playoffs, I guess we'll just go to the playoff picture here. Playoff picture. We were the 2 seed. We defeated the Panthers 45-27. Took on the Eagles in the second round. Had a comeback win after being down 14-0. Won that one 31-24. We swept the Niners this year. Beat them twice in the regular season. And beat them in the NFC Championship 32-17. But we ran out of gas and we got obliterated by the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. Which leaves us here. Second off-season video of this franchise moving into year 3. Let's just go ahead. We'll get into it. Go get a drink. Go get some snacks. This is going to be a longer video for the Rams franchise. Because like you guys know, I don't try to edit a ton in the off-season video. So that way you guys can at least see my thought process regarding the moves we make. So, yep, like I said, go get yourself some goodies. And we'll get into this. So, players retired. Tannehill retires. Taylor Lewan retires. Nico Autry. Cam Hayward calls it quits. Mario Davis is done. This is Kevin Zeeler. Graham Glasgow. Adam Thielen. Levante David on the Lions. Aaron Rodgers is out of the league now. Trent Williams. There goes the best tackle in football. So we won't have to rush around Trent Williams anymore. The Niners will have to find something else at tackle there. Kelsey, Darius Slay, Zach Martin. Just a lot of big names retiring. Russell Wilson retires, so the Broncos get off of that horrendous contract, which is hilarious, but more so than anything. So you get AFC West, NFC West. So Trent Williams was the only player in our division to call it quits. Nobody on the Rams, which wasn't surprising me. Fortunately, Aaron Donald is still here. But yeah, we'll take a look at the stat moves here quickly, see if there's anything of recognition. So any head coaching getting fired. So Bucks fired their head coach. Okay. Shane Steichen for the Colts got fired. The Raiders fired another head coach. The Seahawks, their successor to Pete Carroll, got canned already. Bears fire Matt Eberflus. I'm Eberflustered. Ron Rivera gets fired from the Commanders. Jonathan Gannon gets fired from the Cardinals. Stefanski's gone. And that was it. The only guy that got hired was Joseph Wells, who was the OC of the Eagles, who got hired as the Raiders head coach. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So much sense. All right, we will advance this to our re-sign players phase. We'll see if there's anybody here that we need to bring back immediately. There's nobody I know that I'm like off the top of my head where I'm like, oh yeah, we have to bring this guy back. But first and foremost, let's take a look at mock draft 3. We are going to be picking 31 overall. They have us taking Trevor Lamb just because he's one of my favorite guys. Or obviously, we're not taking Trevor Lamb in the first round. But Stephen Craig just to go number 1 now. Anthony Young still a top 5 guy. Jake Bair, top 5 guy. Dorian Matthews directed to go on the number 4, and he's around 3 to 4 talent. This is the guy, Jeremy Brown, that I've been super interested in this whole process. He looks like a freak, 6'4", 200-pound, man-to-man corner, B-zone, A-man, B-press, B-catching. He's 6'4". He's an amazing athlete. He's just projected to go at 6, and I don't know if we can realistically do that if he ends up going that high, if we have the ability to move up that high. Um, Tackles, very important. I've had my eyes on Nick Sapp, obviously, throughout this whole process. He could for sure be a guy that we just move up there and take, depending on where he's going to slot at. But tackle's a big need because actually, as we go into the players ready to negotiate phase here, we've got some tackles that need contracts. I think Noteboom needs a contract. So Sheldon Oliver was our UDFA star development corner who lost star development. Therefore, he will not be getting re-signed. I'm not going to worry about him. No quarterbacks to worry about. Leonard Fournette, all the way down to 71 overall, was the back. Well, got signed because we had the Cam Akers injury, backed up Zach Evans kind of throughout the playoffs when Cam Akers went down. We will not be bringing back Leonard Fournette. Season Carter, I'm going to let go for now. Wide receiver. Braxton Burmeister, don't care about. MVS, Tutu Atwell. I think Tutu Atwell is a guy that I want to bring back. I just don't know if I'm going to do it right here, right now. I think MVS is going to go. He's on the other side of 30, so we're not going to bring back MVS. Tutu, I'm going to wait to see what in free agency, see what else is there. Hunter Long, not going to worry about. Here's where we're talking about tackle. So we might as well bring back Noteboom. He can be a backup. We got to re-sign one of these two, AJ Jackson. I mean, Noteboom wants $1 more mil. I'm just gonna give Noteboom I'm gonna give him that 1-year deal that he wants, and he's coming back. So Justin Noteboom is re-signed in case we don't end up getting a tackle in the draft. AJ Jackson, aka Lark Jackson, we'll let him walk. We'll look to maybe re-sign a backup if we need to. Brian Allen, I think the smart thing would be to bring him back, and then we can look at different options potentially in free agency. But I'm probably just going to let him go for now. And then Rob Havenstein, I think he has to come back on a 1-year deal. That's a lot of money for him, though. I'm actually not going to bring him back. We're going to have to draft maybe a couple offensive tackles. That's a lot of money. 1 year for 18 mil for him. He's just going to get... I'm going to let him go for agency, and then we'll see. Rasheem Green, not going to worry about probably right now. It'd be nice, actually. No, you know what? It'd be nice to have him back on a 1-year deal. Rasheem Green, we traded for him during the year, and he's like, free agency better for me. Yeah, I'm not tagging him. So Rasheem Green's going to hit free agency. Jonah Williams can go. Leonard Floyd's going to walk. Jake Hummel's going to walk. There's going to be a lot of spots we're going to have to fill here. Witherspoon won DB of the year, and he's down to a 74 overall, and he's 30, so we're not going to bring back Witherspoon. Yeah. So, how old is Sheldon Oliver? He's 22. He doesn't really want much money. Do I just sign him just in case? He only has normal dev. I'm not going to worry about it. All right. Well, we only brought back Joseph Noteboom. That was the only guy that we brought back, and that we're going to have to fill our roster here as we will advance this next week into free agency. Couple questions we had going into this offseason was what's going to happen to Kareem Harris, our superstar first-round pick wide receiver, who just can't stay healthy. He had a big-time Super Bowl performance, and I think that might save him from getting traded in this offseason. The 50 injury is the reason why I want to get rid of him, though. He can't stay healthy. And I understand in real life, there's no injury rating on a player. So, like, you don't give up on a guy super early because he has injury problems. You let him, you hopefully keep developing him. Hopefully he can get healthy and he'll be fine long term. But in Madden, it's a rating. So, like, if you have a low injury, you're going to get hurt. And I saw a comment saying, like, I could look at, just bumping his injury up. But I just don't want to do that. I feel like that's kind of cheesing the game a little bit if I do that, if I bump his injury rating up. So I'm not going to do that. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like something I want to do, is bump his injury rating up whatsoever. So I'm not going to do that. Couple things on defense. I noticed this before I clicked record. Bobby Brown, Jordan Fuller dropped down in normal development. So... our team's like regressing is basically what I'm getting at. We have some fun players, but we're getting worse. I think the number one thing I do need to do is I do need to dump Stafford. I need to get rid off this contract if we're going to be able to make moves. We could hypothetically restructure his contract. No one's going to like restructure Madden Stat free 15 million and be added to the following year. I am gonna restructure it. Yeah, I'm gonna restructure it. We need cap space for this year, so that's gonna add 15 million onto us. We just need the cap space, and it's not realistic to trade him because no one would take that contract. Like, we'd have to give up a pick, to get off that deal. So before we jump into free agency here, looking at the team, what do we absolutely need? A tackle could be important. We're looking to draft one though. A center for sure. Maybe a receiver. A tight end. Depth pieces. Defensively, there's no maybe a corner. A corner could be important for sure. A left end by chance. Maybe an outside linebacker. Like I said, there's a lot of spots where we need help. We just don't have a ton of money to make a bunch of moves. So we'll go in here. We'll see who's available. Quarterback, obviously not an issue. We don't have to worry about quarterback. Running back, not an issue. Don't have to do that. I do want to sign a fullback. I just don't know who I'm going to grab. I'll worry about that later. Receiver, we got Kareem Harris at the moment. And we have Cooper Kupp. We could go back and bring Tutu Atwell. But here's what I'm going to do. I am going to entertain it right now. I'm just going to see on the trade finder what comes up if we look to move Kareem Harris. He had such a great Super Bowl, which is probably going to keep him safe. There are no trade packages for him, which is interesting. No one really has interest in him, which is funny. No one has a high interest, some mild interest on him. You'd think, like, if I go in and obviously, like, try to trade if I throw a pick, or like if I go and like to the Browns and I'm like, give me your first round pick for Kareem Harris, if they had cap room, they'd probably do it. But no one has high interest in him, and I think he's gonna survive this offseason. There's been a lot, like I said, I was sold on trading him, but he had a big time Super Bowl performance, and we saw what he can do healthy. I think he just is going to stick around for now. I'd love to kind of develop a receiver. But there's so many other spots that we need help at. I think the best route is just go get Tutu Atwell back. He's 25 years old. He's the youngest guy in this free agency pool. I mean, Rondale Moore is really cool. Elijah Moore would be really fun. They could kind of make up for it if, Kareem Harris were to miss some time. But Tutu Atwell is going to get a contract from me. I'm just going to give him a 2-year deal for $5 million. We should bring Tutu back on that. Okay. Tight end. We do need a third tight end, but that might be a draft thing. Offensive line. Tyron Smith would be really cool. It's a lot of money. Deion Dawkins would be nice, potentially, just for a little bit. There's a lot of options that we could go at tackle for sure. We do need a center, though, and that's one of the most important things. Ryan Jensen, no. I mean, Cody Whitehair for a year. I might as well just bring back Brian Allen, right? Whitehair's a lot higher overall, though. We could just grab Whitehair on like a 1-year deal and then figure it out. Brian Allen's only going to get worse, too. We're going to come back to that, but I think that's what I'll probably end up doing. Tackle here. So No Boom could move. So if we draft tackle, we don't necessarily need to sign one because there's not that many great options anyway. I will sign one just in case. Tyron Smith wants a lot of money. Garrett Bowles, it's basically, I mean, it's cheaper than Havenstein. I will say that. He's got no offers. I think I'm going to offer him a contract. Just a 1-year deal for him. He's got a lot of interest. I'm going to bump the money down a little bit. And we'll probably get Garrett Bowles to play one of the tackle spots for us this year, which will be fine. We lose Havenstein. We replace him with Bowles. He's a little bit cheaper. Defensively, we do need a left end. Zadarius Smith wants to be here. I'm not signing Zadarius Smith. Emmanuel Ogbah. Could look at maybe doing Emmanuel Ogbah on like a 1-year deal. Rasheem Green. Actually, I'm just going to bring Rasheem Green back. That's all I'm really going to do on that front. We'll just give Rasheem Green a 1-year deal to come back. So Rasheem Green, there's your offer, buddy. Defensive tackle. DJ Reader is really good. We just don't have the money for it. Bobby Brown, I think we'll just roll with him again. We just don't have the money to throw a big contract at DJ Reader. He's going to want 20+ mil. That's going to eat a lot of our contracts, so we're not going to do it. We have Aaron Donald, so we don't need a right end. There is going to be some depth pieces we're going to have to sign. I'm just kind of focused on like, okay, what do we need right now for starters? Outside linebacker is important. I think signing over Byron Young would be smart. There's just not really anybody here at the same time to sign over him. Corner, we do need a corner. We definitely need a cornerback. It's just who would make sense, you know? There's like Christian Fulton, 26 years old. A 2-year deal for him wouldn't be too bad. I mean, Stephon Gilmore could just come in and play that outside spot as we look to develop somebody. That's an option. 89 speed, though. His speed's going way down. I don't like that. Eric Stokes could be really fun. Eric Stokes would probably be a good signing, like a 2-year deal for Eric Stokes. I'm going to give Eric Stokes a 2-year deal. He's got a lot of interest in us. I'm just going to give him a little bit more money and see if he'll come here on a 2-year deal. And that's probably the only deals I know I need to make right now. So right now I am going to make another offer. So Bulls, Eric Stokes, Tutu, Rasheem Green. I'd like to go get the center. We need to figure out the center. So Ryan Jensen, no. David Andrews, no. Cody Whitehair. We might as well just bring back Brian Allen, you know. Let's just give him I'll just give him a little bit more money. We'll give him a 1-year deal. We'll try to band-aid that this year. All right, all my first offers are down on the table. Let's go ahead and let's see what we did. Kind of a boring free agency, but it is what it is. Did we go for? You have Garrett Bowles on the team. Eric Stokes, welcome to Los Angeles. Tutu Atwell returns. Rasheem Green returns. And Brian Allen returns as well. Okay, so that will do it for the first round of free agency. I'm going to go kind of see what the roster looks like, and then I'll probably put a couple more offers out on the table. If you look at the team now, receiver, we're going to be fine. Tutu, Puka. I mean, I wouldn't mind like looking to draft a receiver just to like kind of stash and develop potentially, but not going to worry about that now. Offensive line, we have a backup center. We could use a backup tackle. We might draft one though. We do need a couple guards. Okay, I'll probably sign a couple guards. You're on defense. We could use probably a defensive end. Defensive end is probably the most important thing on this front. Defensive end, outside linebacker, and a middle linebacker. Defensive end, outside linebacker, middle linebacker. We'll give Ben Barch a 2-year deal to come be a backup here. That's fine. And we'll go ahead. We'll get We'll get a backup right guard as well. I'll give Wes Schweitzer a 1-year deal to come be a backup for us. Okay, so there's a couple guards. Looking defensive end, we definitely need somebody to help rotate in Emil Ogba. Wouldn't be horrible. I'm going to give Jerry Tillery a 2-year deal to come be a backup for us. Going to give Monty Rice a 2-year deal. Now I'm going to give Jonathan Cooper a 1-year deal to come play for us. That'll probably be most of my offers here. That was all really boring signings right there. Well, if we get everybody, we probably will. One. So yeah, offers out on the table for those 5. We're already out of eval period, so we'll just send this to next week. See if anyone signed on over the week. If not, we'll have to eval again. All right, we got Jerry Tillery, we got Schweitzer, and we got Ben Barch. We just need to see if we can get Jonathan Cooper and Monty Bryce. 1 eval, we get them all. So yeah, we just signed a bunch of depth pieces to help us out for this year. Garrett Bowles, whatever's. He's like Rob Haven's team, just a little bit cheaper. Eric Stokes would be nice if we can continue to get him. He's got star depth. Hopefully he continues to get better. Tutu, I'm happy to have Tutu back. Rasheem Green played well for us in spots. Brian Allen returns, and then like I said, everyone else is kind of just there for the depth. So all in all, pretty solid. I don't know if I'm done yet. I'm just gonna go see what our team is looking like after that quick little after those signings. So offensive line, I'm still thinking we can draft tackle. Not out of the cards. We could absolutely draft wide receiver. Not out of the cards. We do need a tight end. But spots to draft. Safety could be important now because safety, defensive tackle, left end, corner are kind of the spots where we could use a guy. Left outside linebackers our biggest need, though, because like I'm kind of ready to, give up on the development of Byron Young now that he's 27 years old and he's only in his second year. He's not getting any better. He was a 70, now he's a 72. I think left outside linebacker ends up being our number one need in the draft. Mock draft 4, though, we'll take a look at it. I still really want to get Jeremy Brown. I just know that we had to move up all the way up here to get him, and it just doesn't seem feasible at this point. I think an outside linebacker would be pretty sick, but it's looking like we might not be able to do that. We might just end up moving up, taking Nick Sapp, and kind of rolling with that. It might end up being what we do. It just seems like the safe. Jeremy Brown's so cool. I just don't want to have to move all the way. Moving up to 6 to get him is a big ask. It's going to be a lot of future picks and players and crap. And I'd rather just use all those picks to try to find some gems in the draft and do that. I am going to go in free agency. I'm going to sign a tight end. Just on like a 1-year deal. We could draft tight end, another guy to develop by Caleb Quinton and everything, but we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised too. I am going to sign somebody that I want to use because I might look to trade Tyler Higbee here. That is absolutely something I might look to do. Tommy Tremble, he's a scheme fit. I would give Tommy Tremble a 2-year deal. Actually, yeah, 2-year deal, which is going to open up the ability to he's going to sign on so we get Tommy Tremble. I am going to look to trade Tyler Higbee. I just think with Caleb Quinton looking as good as he did, Higbee didn't really look that great. I'm going to look to move Tyler Higbee. We'll see what we can get for him. All right, if I click get offers, the Packers will give me a star dev guard for him. So we could do that and move him to like center. And then we could just like move Brian Allen. Like that's like not off the table. What if I know I just re-signed him, but it's kind of like a sign and trade. What if I give them Brian Allen? I take that guard and I get a pick out of it. Is that possible? Let's see. So if I take Darren Cutler, would they give me a pick out of it too? Could I get like a 3rd round pick? Probably not. We're going to try it though. It's pretty close. Okay. I'll also throw in a futures 5th. Boom. All right, Tyler Higbee and Brian Allen are heading over to Green Bay for Darren Cutler, and we're getting a 3rd round pick. We're sending on a future 5th. So Darren Cutler probably going to end up. I might move Riley Elam. We'll see here. I'm going to take a look at our NFL roster real quick. We'll see. I might move Elam to center instead. Cutler's 6'2", 308. He's Morbus. Yeah, he's going to play. We're going to move Cutler. Cutler's going to end up playing center for us. So Darren Cutler, your new center for your Los Angeles Rams. We move Higbee. We move Brian Allen, and Darren Cutler is now your center of the future here in Los Angeles. So interesting move on that front. Just going to take a look at the team still and kind of see where we're at. We don't need receiver. I guess we're fine. I could look to draft receiver. Caleb Quinn's going to start over Tommy Tremble. Receiver, we could draft a tackle. We know that. Yeah, I kind of think we're good at this point. There's going to be no one else that I need to go get. Yeah, there wasn't really any really good names in free agency, so that's probably going to do it for free agency and the moves. There's no one else I'm going to look to trade. Yeah, I'll see you guys here basically almost at draft week. All right, last big signing. I'm giving this fullback a 3-year deal. Brett Vereen. We need a fullback, so might as well. So Brett Vereen, your new fullback out of Pittsburgh, 6'2", 251. 3-year deal to come be the fullback for your Los Angeles Rams. So that's going to do it for my free agency. We'll send it a free agency recap. We'll get an idea of kind of somewhere where these guys sign. We'll take a look at mock draft 5, so we'll know exactly where people are going to be picked. We'll put our prospect scouting, and then we will get into the NFL draft. But we'll start here with free agency recap. Joel Bitonio heads to the Bucks. Harmon Smith's going to the Jets. Wyatt Teller to the Lions. Tua's in Tennessee. Okay. Tyrann Matthews going to the Eagles. Josh Sweat to the Bears. DJ Reader to Pittsburgh. Stephon Gilmore goes to Arizona. Ryan Jensen to the Panthers. Okay. So we've had nobody in our division, right? D-Hop goes back to the Cardinals. That's funny. Bobby Wagner to the Commanders. Teron Johnson to the Broncos. Micah Hyde to the Colts. Elijah Mitchell to the Cardinals. Cardinals are getting busy. David Njoku to the Jets. Za'Darius Smith to the Giants. Rondale Moore to the Bears. Jimmy Ward to the Saints. Jordan Poyer to the Jets. Elijah Moore to the Panthers. Singletary to Minnesota. And yeah, Jared Goff's your new quarterback. Rodgers retires, and Jared Goff is now a New York Jet. So Tua, yeah, I kind of want to just look at the quarterbacks. Jordan Love's going to the Lions. Okay, so Tua's gone from Miami to the Titans. Goff's taking over for Rodgers in New York. Jordan Love is taking over now for Goff in Detroit. Trey Lance. Why did Trevor Siemian sign? What? Trevor Siemian. What? Why did the Vikings? Whatever. Trey Lance is going to the Saints. It's whatever. So those are the 4 quarterbacks signed. Dolphins must be looking to draft one. Packers too. Packers gave up on Love. Mock draft 5 though. We'll know where everybody is officially going. So Dwight Walker's around 2 to 3 talent. He's gonna be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. And I see Jimmy Brown has fell back to 9. I think I'm gonna make some. So I don't know. Nick Sapp, we know is a top 5 talent in the class, and that's an easy move up. How can I not try to get this guy, though? You know what I mean? I think I have to try. To move up to 9. Let me see tackle-wise. There's probably a couple decent guys maybe in the second round we can get at tackle. Maybe. Patrick Landry looks good. I'm trying to think, there's probably a guy that we might be able just to take in the second round. Nick Sapp's a top 5 talent, and I know that Junior Barrow's not supposed to go in the first round. Yeah. I think I'm going to try to move up to 9, just because I feel like I have to make a play on that. If we can, great. If not, we'll just move up to 23 and take Nick Sapp and let it roll with that. Private workouts, though. I think I'm just gonna go with the other tackles. You know what I mean? I might as well just do the tackles that we don't know all the way about. We could do Michael Henry. I don't know if I'm gonna do this for sure. I might back out of this, but Eric Harkes looks bad. We'll do Patrick Landry. That's fine. And then one more guy. I'm just gonna put it on Dakota Donald, because we'll know what he is. I don't think he's a first round guy. I'm not against taking receiver too. I mean, because we just have. I think because if Kareem Harris gets hurt, it'd be nice to have another young guy there. We'll advance it. We'll advance it to the draft. Before we jump in, I'm gonna take a look exactly what all those guys looked like. It just depends. If it's super hard to go up to 9, that just might not be the route we go, and we figure out something else. So before we click start NFL draft, let's go ahead and take a look at what these prospects are looking like. So I put it on one of the tackles. We know Patrick Landry is around 2 to 3 talent. Okay, so he's a solid player. He's not great, but he's solid. We know Michael Henry's also around 2 to 3 talent. Same thing. He's not great, but he's solid. And then we put it on the wide receiver. This is the big one, Dakota Donald. He's a round 1 talent. I don't think he's supposed to. I don't believe he is supposed. He's 4.3 speed too, 4.29. Man, that's intriguing. It really is. I don't think he's supposed to go in the first round. Do I move up to 9 and take the corner? Do I move up to 23 and take the tackle? Do I sit and pick and take receiver or another tackle? I don't know. I think we just kind of go down the list of how possible it is. We're going to start the NFL draft, and we're going to sim this to 9. And we're going to see if it's possible to move up. It's probably not. It's going to be so much, and I probably won't do it. And Jeremy Brown's just going to be a super cool prospect we miss out on. Number 1 pick in the draft is going to be... Where's the freaking... Are we not getting the... Okay, well, I guess we're not getting the draft animation. There's nothing here. What is going on? What if I click resume? No, it's bugged. It's just bugged. Okay. All right. Well, this was fun. I was like going to go pick by pick. We were going to see who goes, and it was going to be fun. And now it's kind of annoying. I can't back out of the draft, can I? Can I? I don't think you can. I don't know. You might be able to, but all right. Well, we don't even know who's going. So we're here at 9. Is he available still? He should be, right? Corner. Yeah, he's still here. This is where he'll go. So it's not completed because it's this close. It's gonna take a 2025 fifth or a 2026 third. But right now it's Kobe Durant because we're not gonna need him if we take Brown. My first round pick in this draft. 2026 second, so next year's second. A 2027 third. And then another maybe third round pick. But it can get done. Is basically what I'm saying. Was it a 2025? Yeah. What if I give the fifth? No, it's gonna be the third. We're gonna need it to be the third. Okay. I just don't know if I should do it or not. It's because it's like we do this, we make all these moves, we give up a bunch of future picks and move up all the way to 9. We take a elite cornerback prospect in Jeremy Brown, 6'4", 200 pounds. He looks like a stud. Or we sit at 31, sim it to 23, move up, take Nick Sapp, boom, plug and play starting tackle, and then we move back up in the second and take that wide receiver. There's no in between. It's like if I go after Jeremy Brown, we miss out on the other two. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I am going to miss on Jeremy Brown and move up at 23 and take Nick Sapp. And then I will move back up into the second round to pick that wide receiver. I wish the stupid draft animation was available. This is dumb. I want to see who goes. Like, it just kills the fun of it, you know? It's annoying. Where the heck is it at? This isn't any fun, Madden. Fix your game. But kind of slowly working my way up here. I'm going to look to move up here shortly. And I'm probably going to do it right now. If he's available. Is Nick Sapp on the board? If Nick Sapp is there, he will be the selection. He is. Nick Sapp is still on the board. I am going to make the trade right here and go up and get Nick Sapp. We're gonna make the call to New England. And I will be giving up my 31st overall pick, more than likely. I might look to see if I can get my next year first for it. Just because I'd like to have that pick just to take the wide receiver. We'll see if they'll do it. I'm going to go to the Patriots. I think I'll be able to do it because it's a late pick. I'll just go with my first next year and use the wide receiver to get that option on him. So Patriots, draft picks, I'll give you 26 for 22 right now. They're like, no way. You're like, you're crazy. I'll throw in a future fourth maybe. Nope. They're like, nah, we don't want that future fourth. How about a future? We'll just strip a bunch of. I'll give you a way future second bond. Okay, 2027 second, my next year first, and a 2026 4. We don't trade any picks in this draft. We move up to 22, and we will make our selection here. We are going to take Nick Sapp, the right tackle, out of Alabama. Top 5 talent in the class. 6'7", 332, 23 years old. Welcome to Los Angeles, Nick Sapp. Hidden development, 88 strength, and they don't even have the draft animation. Sweet. That's awesome. That makes me super happy. That's going to make me have to work harder for a thumbnail now. Now I'm going to have to freaking go in to a different draft with the Rams, go into a different franchise with the Rams, draft a hidden development guy, and use that as a thumbnail. Thanks a lot, Madden. All right, we are here now at 31. I'm just going to go ahead and make and draft the receiver. Dakota Donald, 6'1", 189 out of Texas A&M. 4.3 speed, elite agility. Hopefully he has a good injury rating. I won't be able to see you on the screen. Welcome to Los Angeles, Dakota Donald. In development, 97 speed, 94 acceleration, 96 agility. C injury. Hopefully that means in the 70s. That's an exciting pick. That's a very, very exciting pick. So now we can just go ahead. We'll probably just move to our next pick. I don't think there's anybody. Let me look. Actually, let me look at the draft board. I want to see, is there anyone I'm like really want? The problem is I can't see when they go, so I don't know when would be the right time to move up. Unfortunately, that's just where we're at. Cecil Johnson's still available. This guy looks sick, but we don't need tight end. But he looks really cool. Gosh, I mean, I could. I really could. Not gonna do it though. Yeah. Defensively, we do need an end. There's not, I mean, an end would be pretty nice to have, but there doesn't look like there's any incredible guys here. Strong safety I know is important now too, just because Jordan Fuller, I mean, he's not that great. There's no one, Cecil Johnson looks sick. But I don't think, should I see if I can do it? Like, I don't really need him, but it'd be so, he looks like a freak. 6'4", 257 in Arkansas. Great acceleration, great speed, solid jumping, good change for lead agility. He'd be fun. I mean, he'd be a fun player to have. You know what I mean? Caleb Quinton, though, is kind of there. We signed Tommy Tremble. But he could just jump in and be better than Caleb Quinton immediately. This is like a elite tight end. I'll see. You know what? I gotta see. Like, you know, we gotta look. We gotta see if it's possible. Who the heck's picking this? This is the Bucks, right? I think it's the Bucks. Like, it's only a second round pick. Just hand it over. Just hand it over to me. I'll give you my second round pick. Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get it. They're like, hell no. They're like, we see Cecil Johnson on the board. Take Stetson Bennett off my hands too. Well, we could. I'm not trading Puka. Tutu? Do I trade? Do I just dump Tutu now? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. That'd be mean. That'd be mean to me. I would never do that to you, Tutu. So Nick Sapp, we could look. Maybe I move Noboom. Let's just move Noboom. They probably don't want to do this, but like, do it. We'll move Noboom though. We just got Sapp, so Noboom doesn't need to be here. Okay, back to draft picks. I don't want to give anything in this draft. I mean, I'm cool with just ripping up my 2027 draft. We're probably going to have to give up that future second or 2026 second. 2026 third. Just rip it all up. All right, we're moving up for Cecil Johnson. I didn't plan on this. But he's just a sick tight end, and I just want to see if he's good. If he's got normal depth, well, then I just suck. But I'm trying to have fun. Cecil Johnson, welcome to Los Angeles. He's got normal depth. That sucks. He looks good, though. He looks a lot of fun. I mean, he's going to be high overall. So, yeah, that was probably stupid by me. But, you know, we're having fun. It's all good here. Well, that'll move us basically into the third round. So, all right, we're here now at the third round. We'll see. So, position-wise, quarterback, obviously, we don't need. Running back, we don't need. Receiver, we don't need. Tight end, we especially don't need now. Offensive line, no. We do need defensive end. I think defensive end would be a good spot to take a look at kind of all these guys. Why did that power rusher kind of look good? Hold on. Keith Mallard, beef, power move, C finesse. He's a good athlete. He's an okay athlete. We could maybe look at making him the pick here. But I do like the idea of like F block shedding. Like, he's a decent athlete, but I hate F block shedding. That's not good at all. Another F block shedding for Cliff Williams. Like, I don't want F block shed. Thinking it would be fun to maybe look at like an outside linebacker to potentially replace Byron Young on that side. Kind of going through, looking at everybody here. I don't really care if they're a speed rusher or power rusher, whatever makes the most sense. But I think I'm going to end up going this route if there's a good one. Trevor Hampton, speed rusher from Mississippi Valley State. He doesn't look very good. There's not really a good one here, I don't think, but we'll keep looking. Dalton Wagner, speed rusher. He looks all right. He's just got poor acceleration, which is why I don't want him. But yeah, maybe not. All right, it's not necessarily a scheme fit, but Braylon Lowry, 6'5", 300-pound, basically speed rusher. Incredible athlete. I think I'm just going to make him the selection here. Third round pick, Braylon Lowry out of Miami. Does have hidden development. 84 strength, 82 acceleration. Wouldn't be surprised if we just try to see if we can make him our starter immediately over whatever his face is, Bobby Brown. We'll go to our next pick here, back into the third round. I was looking a lot at the DBs in the class, and nothing really stood out. There was no really corner that I was thinking that I really wanted. Steven Williams Steven Williams doesn't look too bad. He's just around 2-3 talent. He hasn't been taken yet. He's got A press, elite jumping, but he's not a great athlete. I think he'd be okay overall. A press is really good. But not great. James Walden, I think he was slow. Yeah, he sucks. Yeah, there wasn't really a guy that I wanted to make a move on. Perry Benedict, B man, B catching, C zone, not a good athlete. It's like I can't use you if you're slow as molasses, you know? Yeah, corner, it might just be a year where we hopefully develop Dom Callaway some more and Eric Stokes can become decent, hopefully, because it doesn't really look good. I might just take this end. Keith Mallard. I did favorite Dalvin Sweeney, though, so he's probably a good athlete. B finesse moves. Yeah, he's a pretty good athlete, but I think Keith Mallard is going to be my pick here. B power moves, B tackle, C finesse. It's probably a reach at this spot. Maybe I'll wait another round. Just going to keep looking around here. All right, I actually am going to take Dalvin Sweeney here, left end. He's a speed rusher. He's going to move back to outside linebacker. He's just a really good athlete, and he looks better than all the other outside linebackers. So if we move him back, he could be decent. He's got normal development. Doesn't surprise me, but he'll move back to outside linebacker for us. All right, late 5th round pick. It's going to be Deacon Alexander, outside linebacker, run stopper. He will move into middle linebacker. Pretty good athlete. He's got elite change of direction, great acceleration, good speed. Going to be a selection here. He's got normal development, but he will move to middle linebacker, Deacon Alexander, 24 years old, out of Clemson. Which will bring us to our last pick in this year's NFL draft. We have, like I said, we don't have a 7th round pick, so this will be our last selection here, and I kind of just want to see if there's a favorite here that looks any decent. Eli Greer, I don't really need receiver. I know I don't need receiver whatsoever, but he's a really good athlete. Looks like it could be pretty good, 6th round pick maybe. I do have some quarterbacks favorited, just because I'm a quarterback guy. This quarterback ran 4.6. He's not good. I want to see, what do these quarterbacks run? Willie Massey. What did he run? 4.6, 4.57. And then Brandon Dawson. What did you run, buddy? Did you run quick? 4.47 at the pro day. Yeah, he's a good athlete, but I'm not taking him. I had D Toll favorited. He's around 1 and 2 projected, and he's obviously terrible. He's a good athlete. I don't know why he's falling so much. Do I just take him here? Say screw it? There's obviously a problem with him. I don't know why he's falling down the board. Maybe he's got character issues. Maybe he's a character guy. Should we draft the character guy? Do we take a tight end? This guy probably's got hidden development. He was not supposed to be drafted. Might just have to take Dwight Keaton. He runs 4.34 at the pro day. What did D Toll run? D Toll. He's got character issues. It's got to be. We're taking the character issue wide receiver. Screw it. He's around 1 and 2 projection. He's a good athlete. I don't know why he fell so much, but it is what it is. I just wanted to take him for the storyline. He's got character issues. That's why he fell. I think that's it. I don't think we have a 7th round pick. That's going to do it for our draft. We'll see how we did. It would have been a lot more enjoyable if you got the animations and everything. It's just, like I said, it's just making my job harder here. But, all right. Draft recap. How did we do? We know the tackle's a good overall. Nick Sapp's a 79. Yeah, D-Toll's a 70 overall. He's a fine player. But Nick Sapp's a 79 overall. Plug and play starting right tackle. Dakota Donald out of A&M will start over Tutu Atwell as our third receiver. Cecil Johnson was an absolute dumb move by me. 72 overall, but I thought it was fun to do. Braylon Lowry's 71. He won't start right away. Bobby Brown will play over him. Dalvin Sweeney is going to move back to outside linebacker. I'm going to do that right now. Move him to left outside linebacker so I don't forget, because that's what he will end up being for us. He will be an outside linebacker. And then Deacon Alexander is a 61 overall. He's a 24-year-old too. Yeah, he's moving to middle linebacker. His overall is not really gonna change. He's a 60 overall. Nice pick, Trey. And then D Toll is a 70 overall. I don't know why he fell so much. I mean, he's got normal velvet. He's wearing number 20. Savage. I might let him wear 20. That's kind of cool. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the draft recap. We will advance this to preseason week 1 here in a second, as the offseason video is coming to a close. The only thing I need to do now is basically edit these guys and see what they look like. But I'm just gonna advance it. We're not gonna do anything in the preseason. The preseason will be its own episode. That'll be the next Rams franchise video on the channel, of course. But that's gonna do it for at least the moves in the offseason. Outside of, we'll see what kind of free agents are here. That's why I advanced it, because I might sign some. I'm gonna basically fill the roster. We got 9 spots. I will just go ahead and fill the roster here before we end the video, and then I'll edit our rookies here in this video as well, so we can see exactly how they are going to be looking. But free agents, see who's out there. I know my Falcons rebuild. I found an 86 overall punter sitting in free agency, which was hilarious. So Massey's a 56. It makes sense. Dawson's a 57. Yeah, so those guys are all terrible. We got Jonathan Horn, 66 overall rookie. That's not terrible. I'll sign him, sure. I mean, 66 overall. He's 21 years old. But just like I said, we're just trying to fill. He's got star dev. Hold on. Cool. I wouldn't have known that. Sick. Yeah, that Eli Greer is a 68 overall. I had a feeling he was going to be a high overall. He looked good. I'm going to UDFAing. Undrafted free agent, sign him. And there's another 68 overall. And Amari Davis. I'm just kind of going through to see maybe what happened to development trait. Also bringing in Amari Davis, 68 overall wide receiver. Ty Dixon was that guy I had favorited. He was a 65 overall. Well, obviously we'll bring him on the team for preseason. Yo, 68 overall left tackle, Ben Townsend. I mean, that's a pretty good find. 68 overall rookie left tackle sitting in free agency. I mean, that's not, like I said, that's not bad at all. I'm basically going through, so I'm going to age. And then if they're basically like 65 plus and they're like a rookie or basically a rookie, I'm basically doing it. Like here I'll go ahead. Yeah, we'll see. We'll bring in Don Sweeney. Sure, why not, right? Much more roster. We got 3 more spots. Let's move on to the defensive side of the ball. No one on that side. D tackles. Doesn't look like there's anybody I want to bring in. Yeah, really no defensive end. They're hard. Those ones are hard to find. Reed Dre's a run stopper, but he just moved to middle linebacker. I wanted an edge. Nick Sheldon was a guy I had favorited. I'll sign him just because I had him favorited. Nick Sheldon. You are a UDFA for your Los Angeles Rams. Corner, we'll grab Carlos Brewer, 68 overall, and then we got one more guy to fill the roster. We're going to bring on the 60 overall right end, Jalen Griffin, for the final roster spot. So roster spots set. The only rookies I'm going to edit are the ones that I know are going to make the team. Those are the only ones I'm going to worry about right now. But if we go into our just lineup screen, the guys that we know are going to make the team. We know Nick Sapp's going to make the team. Okay, so gosh, I'm absolutely going to make Cecil Johnson our tight end too, because I need him on the field, because horrible job by me. But offensive line, Garrett Bowles, Theo Villa, Darren Cutler, Riley Elam, Nick Sapp. Definitely different. Nick Sapp, probably long-term left tackle for us, but we'll put him at right tackle for now. All right, Nick Sapp will wear number 79, right tackle for us. All right, Dakota Donald. I have to check what his injury is. Please don't be like 50. 87! Yes! Sick. 87 injury. Does he wear 87 for his 87 injury? He might have to. He might have to rock 87 for his 87 injury. That's hilarious. Teen numbers available. You could wear 18. He could wear 16. I think 18 would suit him. I think I could see him wearing 18. Yeah, he's gonna wear 18. Dakota Donald is gonna wear 18. Let's get those stupid sleeves off of him. All right, there's Dakota Donald, number 18. I changed his helmet, give him wrist tape on the right one, wristbands on the left. He looks like a dog. There's your WR3 this year for the Rams. He'll play over Tutu Atwell, WR3, like I said. But yeah, number 18 out of A&M, Dakota Donald, savage. All right, you already know I got to give Cecil Johnson that tight end armband. Looks hilarious. I'm gonna give him a visor, and then we'll be chilling. But Cecil Johnson, wish he would have had a better development trait than not normal, but it is what it is. Is he a black visor kind of guy? Let's do kind of like the Oakley Prism. Nah, we'll just do the normal Oakley on him. Clear Oakley visor for him. Okay, there's Cecil Johnson, your guy moved up to take, because I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a stud, and he's only 72, which is, I mean, it's a good overall, but like, I just gave up a handful of picks to move up and take that. Braylon Lowry, defensive tackle, he's gonna wear number 92, 71 overall, hidden development. We'll play behind Bobby Brown this year, and I'm trying to think who else. Is there anyone else guaranteed to make the team on our I don't think there's anyone else like guaranteed to make the team. Sweeney will probably make it, but we'll see on that. I might end up getting rid of Jonathan Cooper, because like I'll just start Young and then play Sweeney behind him. So yeah, that's the only guys guaranteed to make the team for sure. So those are the only guys I'm gonna edit here. I'm basically gonna go through off camera and make sure no one's wearing retired numbers or anything, like Brett Vereen. He's not going to be wearing number 7. And he's also wearing a retired number, because that is retired for the Rams. So here, you can wear 35. 44 kind of looked tough. Yeah, he's going to rock 44. So Vereen's going to wear 44. But yeah, that's basically going to do it here. Next video will be the preseason. But here's your look at the team going into next year. The big takeaways of this offseason was, number 1, Kareem Harris did not get traded. Number 2, Rob Havenstein is gone. Garrett Bowles comes in to play left tackle. We trade Joseph Noteboom after re-signing him, replace him with Nick Sapp. Brian Allen re-signed, then traded away in the same offseason as we get Darren Cutler to come in and play center for us. So new center here for your Los Angeles Rams. Offense, Caleb Quinton will be manning down tight end 1 after moving Tyler Higbee. We drafted Cecil Johnson, who's going to be playing tight end 2. Tromby Tremble's there as tight end number 3. We obviously touched on Dakota Donald, but Cam Akers will be back coming off of IR. But Kareem Harris sticks around. Dakota Donald, Cooper Kupp, Kareem Harris, Caleb Quinton, Cecil Johnson, Cam Akers, Zach Evans, George Dillinger has weapons. Defensive front remains the same. You get, obviously, Braylon Lowry going to playing backup nose, but Rasheem Green, Bobby Brown, Aaron Donald remain. Corners, we signed Eric Stokes on a 2-year deal. Kobe Durant, so you'll see. So Eric Stokes is going to replace Witherspoon. Everything else will remain the same. Linebackers will be the same right away. You get Ernest Jones, Isaiah Simmons, Byron Young, and Josh Allen now X Factor. Jordan Fuller, we see him. He's getting worse, down to normal development, but he'll still play similar style than John Johnson here as well. Tanner Brown does still have star, so that's nice. We'll see who's going to be in the kick returner. Travis Hodges-Tomlinson fumbled a lot the past 2 years. So we'll see who ends up being the kick returner for us. I'm cool with actually Darian Kendrick playing slot corner this year, as Kobe Durant is getting worse. We'll see if Kendrick can develop a little bit. Same overall. He's 25 years old. I think he's probably on a contract year. I actually checked that right now. We're not in no hurry to get out of here. I think Kobe Durant is for sure. I'm gonna check them both. So Kobe Durant's 27. Is he on a contract year? If they're both on contract years, then it's, like I said, it's probably gonna end up being, yeah. So Kobe Durant's on a contract year. Is Darian Kendrick on a contract year? If he's not, I think he is. But if he's not, he's definitely going to start. He's probably going to start either way, but I'm kind of hoping he's not in a contract year because then we can like develop a little bit. He's on a contract year. Okay. But he is younger, so I'm probably going to go ahead and give him the start in the slot. At least that would be a little bit of a battle to see them both in the preseason. But Darren Kendrick probably going to start in the slot. Rushing right end is definitely going to still be Byron Young for now. Josh Allen, Aaron Donald, Byron Young. Isaiah Simmons, Ernest Jones continue to be your sub backs, sub linebackers. And then you'll have obviously the Cam Akers show in the backfield, of course. And then Cooper Kupp will be our slot receiver with Tutu backing him up. But yeah, as you're looking at the team, the offseason video is complete. I appreciate y'all tuning in for this one. Hit the like button, hit the sub button, comment anything down below. Next video for the Rams franchise will be the preseason. We'll go through training camp, and as we do, we play the moments in preseason, so we will play every game, just not the full games. We'll just play the moments. And yeah, looking forward to that one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.